Yes, good afternoon to you all. This is Lutamugus Abdunul, Fisheries Officer of this local government. So today we are going to talk about the engineering field, and then we shall have petroleum engineering, electrical, environmental, civil, water, and maybe surveyor, those fields. So we shall talk about the CV, the cover letter, and as I go in my discussion, we shall have uh, as I go in my discussion, you'll have some guidance on what you should do and also some guidance on career growth and career path. So we shall start with those of petroleum and all oil, gas, and the like, those who have that degree. So if at all you're going to do your CV, remember our CV template has the personal information, work experience, then you go to education background, certifications and trainings, computer literacy, competencies and skills, personal attributes, hobbies, language proficiency, and you end with languages. So in the personal information, it's a bold heading. You put your name in caps lock and bold. Then below that, you put the name of your position. Let me say safety trainee. Then below, you put we're on the CV of a petroleum. Then below you put the name of the company. Then below you put the PO box address of the company. Then you put your contact, email address, sex, date of birth, nationality. So I didn't talk about the religion, marital status, home address, the tribe. Reason that sometimes they bring kind of bias because some people work best with some kinds of people. So don't include any of those unless you have been told so. Then from there you go to work experience. Now work experience, you begin with the latest. It's better you do tabular form, you draw a table. Maybe at your left you put the time frame, maybe from 2020 to date. Then to your right you put first you put the position, the word position in bold and small letter. Then below it you put the name of that position, like safety training. Then skip a line, you write employer in bold. Then below you put the name of the employer and you put also the PO box address of the employer. Then below that you put the roles and duties. So now the petroleum field, you can be safety officer, you can be upstream officer or internee or trainee, yeah, safety training. Now let me talk about maybe first upstream. If you're an upstream, what are you supposed to be doing? The roles and duties of upstream. 1, help in providing leadership in managing the strategic interests of the company in upstream business. 2, identify, assess, analyze, and recommend oil and gas investment opportunities in the upstream. 3, provide support in development of priority policies, procedures, manuals related to upstream and ensure compliance. 4, provide leadership in participation and monitoring of joint venture partners' progress and activities. Another one, help in development and implementation of a roadmap to acquire exploration licenses. Another one, help in the process of attaining all priority industry certifications and standards. So as if I told you to do upstream work. Assist in the development of and execution of the upstream department work plan, budgets, and provide periodic progress on the same. Another one, help in identifying capacity building needs and propose capacity development programs for the staff for development. Then the last one maybe I can give, provide support in the leadership of the company health, safety, security, and environmental policy development, execution, and compliance. So those are some of the roles if I told you to do upstream. Now we have upstream and we have downstream, but then I've talked about only upstream. Now in petroleum, you may be a safety officer. Some of the roles and duties you are expected to be having. We have support the development of occupation health and safety policies and programs. 2, advise and instruct on various safety related topics, in brackets, noise levels, and use of machinery, etc. Then conduct risk assessment and enforce preventative measures. Another one, review existing policies and measures. Review existing policies and measures, and update them according to legislation. Another one, inspect premises and work of personnel to identify issues, all non-conformity, e.g., not using protective equipment. So that's one of your role. Oversee installments, maintenance, and dispose of substances. Stop any unsafe acts or processes that seem dangerous or unhealthy. Another one, record and investigate incidences to determine causes and handle workers' compensation claims. Then last one, prepare reports on occurrences and provide statistical information to the upper management. So those are some of the roles and duties as that officer. Then I won't talk much about the oil and gas, since I'm having, or petroleum, because I'm having many fields to work upon. But then from that experience, you begin with the less, you go to the upper others. Now from there, from work experience, you go to education background. You start with the latest. It's always good to do tabular form. Do a table. You have from 2022 to 2020. Then to your right, you a table of 2 columns, but the roles are around 3. If at all you have done your bachelor's, your USE and UCE. Then to your right, you put the name of your degree, Bachelor's of Science in Oil and Gas Production. Down, you put the name of the university. Then below, you put the pre-box address. Then the next row, you put the Uganda Advanced Certificate of Education. You put the name of the school and the address. And then below, you put Uganda Certificate of Education. You put the name of the school and the address. Then to your left, you always put the time frame when you did that. Now, from education background, the next thing you do certification and trainings. You people in the field of engineering, even if I'm to talk about petroleum, there are some certificates you should be having so that they can back you up. So this is where you put the certificate. Some of the certificates may include certificate of completion in digital training, path on mathematics, science, and all industry. Another certificate of training in occupational health and safety at workplaces. Another one, international safety passport. That's also one you can go for. Certificate of achievement in erection of basic scaffold structure from a design drawing. Another one, international scaffolding passport. Also that one. The first one was international safety passport. The another one, certificate of training in occupational health and safety. This one may be general. Then you have a certificate of training in firefighting and rescue. That is a good certificate to do. Then certificate of training in rendering first aid at workplace. Remember, if you are to work as a safety officer, you should be having that. Then certificate of training in work at heights. Then you have another one, certificate of participation in oil and gas operations in environmentally sensitive areas. We have another certificate in conversion of biomass to fuel and chemicals. So those are some certificates you can really go for, those in oil and gas, and also some can be done also in other engineering fields, because some are related. So now, from those certifications, you'll go to computer literacy. You say familiar in these softwares. Under computer literacy, that heading, you can write familiar in the softwares. You can mention in softwares that you use in your field of petroleum. Then next, you write Microsoft Office, in brackets Word, Excel, PowerPoint database. Then last, you write internet usage. competences. Internet usage competence. Now, from there you go to the competence and skills. Now, the competence and skills in petroleum, you can have one, knowledge of petroleum industry operations. That's one of your first competence. Another one, knowledge of health, safety, and environmental protocols. Number two, scaffolding, in brackets, erection, inspection, and disassembling. Four, firefighting. That's also what you should be having. So those are the ones that I give for petroleum. So at this juncture, let me go to other fields, then I'll come back and continue, because from the competence and skills, you go to personal attributes, which are uniform to all of you. Then you go down as we go to know read before. Now, the second one, I think let me go to those in water engineering. Those of water engineer. For water engineer, I'm done with the petroleum. For water engineer, as usual, you start with your CV. You will start with your name, your personal information. Personal information will have your name. It will be in bold. Then you write your position, current position. Let me say water engineer. Then below you write the current workstation and the box address. Then you go to the contacts, the email, sex, date of birth, and Ugandan. So don't include anything of tribe, religion, workplace, marital status. Sorry, home address, marital status, because they bring bias. Then from there you go to the roles and some positions that can be there in water engineer field, engineering field. One, I'm going to give two roles and duties, two positions. We have water engineer, then also water supply technician. Then we also have superintendent of waterworks and sanitation. I think I'll give those three. Yeah. So now, what are the roles and duties of water engineer? So in your work experience, you draw a table. To your left, you put the time frame. Then to your right, you put the position, the word position in bold. Then below, you put the name of that position. Then below, you put employer. Then you put the name of the employer. Then the P box address of the employer. So let's continue. The duties and roles and duties of a water engineer. What should you be expected to be doing? 1. Reviewing blueprints of water facilities to determine site feasibility and making recommendations for improvements. That's 1. 2. Evaluating existing water supply systems and recommending improvements or alternatives where needed. 3. Interpreting and applying laws regarding environmental protection and water use to engineering projects. 4. Performing hydraulic calculations to determine how much water will be available at different times of the year, based on precipitation patterns, water storage capacity, and other factors. Another one, performing engineering duties related to design, construction, and operation of water distribution, treatment facilities, and other components of the community's water system. So another role, conducting research on new technology applications in the field of water engineering. Another one, conducting feasibility studies to determine whether the proposed projects have the potential to be effective. Then another one, consulting with clients regarding the best approaches to use in addressing water concerns such as drought, pollution, flooding, and contamination. Another one, determining water pollution levels. So that's one of your roles and duties. Another one, determining field work to collect water and soil samples. Doing field work to collect water and soil samples. Another one, measuring water properties to determine pH levels, volume, and flow. Another one, determining the best means of performance, management, and conservation. So basically, you as a water engineer, you expect to be having such roles and duties. Now we have also water supply technician. What are your roles and duties that should be in your CV? 1. Recording operational data, personnel attendance, all meter and gauge readings on specified forms. 2. Inspecting equipment, all monitoring operation conditions, meters and gauges to determine load requirements and detect malfunctions. Another one, operating and adjusting controls on equipment to purify and clarify water, process or dispose of sewage and generate power. So you as a water supply technician. Then another one, collecting and testing water and sewage samples using test equipment and color analysis standards. Another one, adding chemicals such as ammonia, chlorine, or lime to disinfect and deteriorize water and other liquids. Another one, cleaning and maintaining tanks, filter beds and other work areas using hand tools and power tools. Another one, maintaining, repairing, lubricating machines using hand tools and power tools. Then your last role and duty as a water supply technician, directing and coordinating plant workers engaged in routine operations and maintenance activities. So those are some of the roles and duties of water supply engineer. So I think let me give also one of we have a role of superintendent of water works and sanitation. If at all that's your position, what roles and duties should you put in your CV? 1. Coordinating tasks or activities associated with the general maintenance and repair of water and wastewater reticulation network. 2. Assessing the acceptability of processes, systems, and controls associated with vehicle, plant, equipment, and material availability and utilization. Another one, continuously investigating and inspecting reticulation works for defects, structural failures, and maintenance requirements. Another one, initiating and participating in operation section meetings. Another one, planning and prioritizing predictive maintenance programs and projects. Then another one, performing regular asset verification of property, plant, and equipment. Ensuring that the section comply with applicable legislation. Complying with safety procedures and guidelines. Adhering to supply chain management procedures. Remember, you are in a managerial position. I think I can give those for the role of superintendent of water works and sanitation. Now, from your roles and duties, from the work experience, you go to education background. It's better you put a tabular form, you draw a table. To your left, you put the time frame. Then to your right, you put your it's a table of two columns. You put your qualifications, maybe, because to your left you can put diploma in water and sanitation engineering in bold. Then below you put the name of institution and the PO box address. Then you go to the next row. You do Uganda Advanced Certificate of Education, put the name of the school and the PO box address. Then to the next row, Uganda Certificate of Education, you put the name of the school and the PO box address. So to your left, you put the time frame. Now, from that, because in water engineering, there may be certificates you have done. From education background, then you go to trainings and certifications. You write some of the trainings you may have had, maybe activity and product scoping studies. We have good hygiene practices and good manufacturing practices. Then you can also add on those ones we discussed in petroleum that are related to yours. So you put the date, the time frame, then you put the name of the certificate and who trained you. Now, competencies and skills in water engineering. From there you go to competencies and skills in water engineering. One competence you may have is project management. Then 2, knowledgeable in water supply system, construction technology. Another one, knowledgeable in environment, health and safety management. Another one, knowledgeable in quality control and assurance for construction. Another one, you should be having knowledge in cost engineering and management. That is to all of you people. Yeah. And then knowledge in some engineering softwares like AutoCAD. Yeah. You have ODK, we have Survey, OTK, we have Kobo, we have GPS. Yeah. Then you should have knowledge in technical maintenance of hardware and software activities of user support systems. Another one, numerical and product analytical skills, should be having that. Then from that you go to computer literacy. Computer literacy, remember I've told you, it's another heading. After competence and skills, you go to computer literacy comes before competence and skills, but in computer literacy you say familiar in engineering softwares, like, then you can give the examples of softwares you can be having. Yeah, we have some softwares in engineering. We have ODK, we have Survey, OTC, we have Kobo, we have the GPS. Yeah, you have AutoCAD softwares. Yeah, so you should be in the know of that. Now after saying familiar with softwares and systems in engineering, then you name them: ODK, Survey, OTK, Kobo, GPS. Make sure that you know them. You put what you know. Then from competencies and skills, that's when you go to personal attributes. Since it's uniform to all, now let me go to another type of engineering. So the next we are going to go to civil engineering. Civil engineering, we have positions of civil engineering. We have foreman concrete, we have graduate trainee. Yeah, we have graduate trainee of civil lab, civil laboratory. Yeah. Now I think let me just start with civil laboratory. Okay, as we have said, our CV starts with your personal information, where the personal information you're having: your name, current position, current workstation, PO box address. They have this your contacts, email address, sex, date of birth, and nationality. Then from the personal information you go to work experience. Now, work experience for civil engineering, I'm going to mention many, but then let me just give roles and duties of each of these that I've mentioned. We have graduate trainee in the civil laboratory. What are you expected to be having if at all you're in the civil lab, or you're a civil laboratorist? When you're doing your experience, to your left you put the time frame, then to your right you put the position, civil laboratorist over graduate trainee in bracket civil laboratory. Then down you put the employer, the name of the employer, the PO box address. Then you go to duties and responsibilities. Now, to duties and responsibility, the first you should do: carrying out and keeping records of all tests on costs and fine aggregates, and placing them into materials engineer of the contractor. 2. Carrying out field density tests and preparing the degree of compaction of different sections to materials engineer for approval. Another one: carrying out comprehensive strength testing of the concrete tubes. Another one: performing a variety of routine and complex tests and inspections, such as sieve analysis. Then we have MDD test. Another one: collecting field and quarry samples of construction materials and soils, such as fresh and culled concrete, asphalt, sand, aggregate, pavement, structural steel, reinforcing, etc. You all know those material. Determining if test results are in compliance with applicable construction plans, specifications, standards, and contracts. Another one, using specialized instruments and equipments, calibrating and adjusting instruments to compensate for the changing conditions. Performing routine cleaning, maintenance and servicing of assigned equipment. Performing precise mathematical calculations related to material testing, preparing data sheets and graphical representation of test results or data. Inspecting facilities where materials are used and stored to ensure compliance with regulations and ordinances. Preparing a variety of technical and other written materials, preparing a variety of technical and other written reports on laboratory test results, files, and maintaining laboratory records. Another one, communicating verbally and in writing with supervisors, co-workers, and contractors. So those are the roles and duties of a civil laboratorist. Now, still at engineering, I'll talk about the student interns. The student interns. If I told you I've put the position of an intern, or you're a graduate intern, what are you expected to be doing in the civil field? Your position is student intern. What are your roles and duties you should put in your CV? 1. Helping in designing, developing, creating and maintaining construction projects in a safe, timely and sustainable manner. 2. Conducting on-site investigations, analyzing data, in brackets, maps, reports, tests, drawing and other. 3. Carrying out technical and feasible studies and draw up blueprints that satisfy technical specifications. Another one, assessing potential risks, materials and costs. Another one, providing advice and resolving creatively any emerging problems / deficiencies. Another one, completing quality assurance and providing feedback to the team. Another one, using appropriate design standards, code of practices and guides to design new or improved road layout and facilities. If at all you're working on roads or in a facility. Using industrial standard specifications, guidance, and tech analysis softwares, including use of AutoCAD for producing drawings. Recording and monitoring costs during the design process and report on the budget position. Then last one, communicating with others, share information, build relationships and suggest improvement of current ways of working which benefit service delivery. So those are your roles and duties as a graduate trainee or a civil graduate trainee. Now we have some roles and duties. We have one who's you might be a steel work man or a steel work mansion, in a construction company. So the roles and duties that are expected in your CV, we have 1, reading and interpreting architectural blueprints and engineering plans. 2, determining material requirements and construction techniques based on design specifications. 3, constructing steel frames, supports, columns, concrete reinforcements, and other steel structures. Transporting steel elements to construction sites and demarcating offloading and working areas. Preparing for installations by measuring, cutting, aligning and placing steel structures. Positioning steel girders, columns, supports using cranes and hoisting methods. Verifying the alignment of steel elements with use of levels, plumb bobs and laser sights. So those are some of the roles of a steel workman. Now, other positions in civil engineering may include, okay, so we have concrete, foreman concrete, and that's also a position. But let me first go to, we have a materials and laboratory technician. Remember, I've told you the one of, it's the same position, the one we had, civil, civil laboratories technician. So you can all be material. And then we have a site agent, civil site agent. What are your roles and duties? 1, make sure that commercial performance of contract is maximized. 2, help to coordinate and write site reports, drawings, and other site documents. 3, work collaboratively with architects to identify and determine areas for utility hookups. Another one, set and enforce standards of each job site and ensure that contractors and crews follow proper safety guidelines. 5, ensure that construction projects remain profitable by overseeing budgets throughout the construction process. Remember, you are site agent. Accompany clients during site visits and answering questions about the construction project's overall progress and changes. Then ensure that projects are delivered to specified quality without defects. Ensure that projects are delivered to specified quality without defects. Another one, stay up to date with the latest development and trends in construction industry. That's also a position in civil engineering. We have also a sites. We have a engineer field, a field engineer. Some of the rules and duties you should be having: understand and carry out all tasks given by the senior engineer. Collaborate with other engineers and workers to design, develop, test, and improve products and engineering processes. Ensure all expenses stay within the allocated budget. Perform regular inspections of equipment and scheduling maintenance or repairs, you as a field engineer. Provide assistance to different staff or engineering teams. Another one, inspect inventory and report inconsistencies, as well as order more materials, you as an engineer. Produce CAD drawings according to specifications. Then another one, evaluate all products and processes and ensuring standardization of quality assurance measures. Then another one, participate in various learning experiences, which may include attending workshops and training sessions. Then the last one, calibrate and troubleshoot equipment as required. So those are roles of an engineer. Now, from the work education, from the work experience, you go to education background, like from the previous guidance. Then from education, you go to trainings. Now, some of the trainings and certificates you can do in engineering, we have the one of safety. Then we have a certificate in basic engineering skills. We have firefighting. So now, for engineering, you should be, after putting your education background, you should put professional membership. You put professional membership, or you put the number, IGI, UIPE membership. Then you put your number, SM stroke, the number of the engineers. You put your number. Then the competencies and skills in engineering civil engineering include construction site and infrastructure management, that's 1. Cost engineering and management, that's 2. Environmental, health and safety management, that's 3. Knowledgeable in health, safety and environmental protocols, that's 4. Quality control and assurance for construction, that's 5. Ability to demonstrate genuine knowledge and interest of engineering works and environmental issues, that's another one. I think those are some of the competencies I can give you in the civil engineering bit of it. Civil engineering. Now, from civil engineering, let me go to the bit of surveying. No. Let me go to electrical engineering. An electrical engineer, the CV, electrical engineer. For the electrical engineer, as you know, the CV will start with the personal information. You put your name, then the current position. Let me say electrical engineer. Then you put your workstation, the name, then the PO box address, workstation. Then you put your contact, email, sex, date of birth, nationality. Then you go to the work experience. Work experience, I'm going to give one. What an electrical engineer, what roles and duties should they put in their CV? 1. Designing, maintaining, implementing, or improving electrical instruments, facilities, components, equipment, products, or systems for industrial, commercial, or domestic purposes. That's your first role. Another one, performing a wide range of engineering tasks by operating computer-assisted design or engineering software and equipment. That's 2. 3. Conferring with customers, engineering and others to discuss existing and potential engineering products or projects. Another one, ensuring that installation and operations conform with the standards and customer requirements by preparing electrical systems and electrical system specifications, technical drawings, all photographic maps. So that is your 4th role and duties, or as an electrical engineer. Another one, ensuring compliance with specifications, codes, all requirements, all customer requirements by directing all coordinating installations, manufacturing, constructions, maintenance, documentations, support all testing activities. So you as the electrical engineer, you should do that role, follow up. Another one, writing reports and compiling data regarding existing and potential engineering studies or projects. Another one, estimating material, labor or construction costs of budget preparation. Another one, maintaining electrical equipment. Then another one, preparing specifications for purchases of electrical equipment and materials. So those are some roles and duties for electrical engineer. So then I think I can go to, from roles and duties, that's when you go to education background, you follow. After education background, you can write certifications and trainings you have attended. Then you go to computer literacy and softwares. You can put familiarity in these electrical softwares. You can put them also AutoCAD and everything. Now let me just go straight to competences of those in on electrical engineering. One of the competencies in electrical engineering should be knowledgeable in electrical systems and construction. 2. You should be having knowledge in programmable logic controls, automations. That is 2. Knowledgeable in engineering design. That's 3. Proficient in design and calculation software. That's 4. Should be knowledgeable in softwares like AutoCAD. That's 5. Should have knowledge in applicable codes related to electrical engineering. Knowledgeable in applicable codes related to electrical engineering. And then you should also know electrical engineering costing and maintenance. Electrical engineering costing and maintenance. That's also another competence you should be having. So from writing the competences, then you go to your personal attributes. Then you continue like that. I'm going to come back to that. Now, the last is from electrical. We have done civil laboratory. Then we have I'm going to go to quality control. Quality control can be in civil engineering. Actually, I didn't get to that. but let me get some. If you're quality control officer in the engineering field, what are your roles and duties? Then last I'll go to the survey field. Quality control. Now for quality control, you can find it in environmental engineering. Those who have done environmental engineering and management. Environmental engineering and management. So basically, I'll go straight to the positions and the roles and duties that you have to put, and also the competencies you should have. We have duties of a quality controller in the environment. It can be in civil, can be in environmental engineering. 1, organize materials and ensure sites are safe and clean. 2, prepare cost estimates and ensure appropriate materials, tools. 3, provide technical advice and suggestions for improvements on projects. Because you're quality control officer, you're quality control quality assurance officer. Another one, draw up work schedules and communicate in adjustments. Another one, gather data, compile reports, and deliver presentations relevant to stakeholders. Authorize technical drawings. You might be a site engineer, stroke quality control, stroke quality assurance. Generate project quality plans for civil and infrastructure projects. Ensure adequate training of company personnel for quality systems. Ensure implementation and continuous improvement of the overall quality system. Verify the quality company policy. So verify that the company quality policy is fully understood, implemented, operated, and maintained. Another one, verify the implementation and operation of quality assurance control systems. Another one, complete quality assurance and provide feedback to the team. Ensure that the company and local authority requirements for quality, health, safety, and environmental requirements are complied with. So you can be, if you are that quality control personnel, you can have that. Now, another position in this environmental engineering, we have occupation, health, and safety officer. The roles and duties that you're expected to be having, we have support the development of occupation, health, and safety policies and programs. 2, advise and instruct on various safety-related topics, in brackets, noise levels or use of machines. Another one, conduct risk assessment and enforce preventative measures. Another one, review existing policies and measures and update according to legislation. Another one, initiate and organize occupation, health, and safety trainings for all employees and executives. Another one, inspect premises and work of personnel to identify issues and nonconformities. That is to say, those who are not using protective equipment. Another one, stop any unsafe acts or processes that seem dangerous or unhealthy. Record and investigate instances to determine causes and handle workers' compensation claims. Then last one, prepare reports on occurrence and provide statistical information to the upper management. So those are some of the positions in those who have done bachelors of engineering in a bachelors of environmental engineering and management. Some of the competences in this environmental engineering we have, and also if you're in environmental engineering, you have to put your membership. Why are you a member? Are you a member of the Environmental Engineering and Management Association? You put your the number, all your license. Now, the competences and skills of those in environmental engineering. 1, knowledge of health and safety protocols. 2, environment, health and health and safety management. 2, 3, quality control and assurance for constructions. Another one, construction site and infrastructure management. Another one, cost engineering and management. Another one, project planning and management. That should be your role. Firefighting, that should be also one of your competencies. Then from competencies you go to computer literacy. You name the computer literacy that you know. Familiar with the use of these softwares, then then Microsoft Word, the internet usage, then go to personal attributes. Now the last, I'll go to the surveyors. For the surveyors, what's the role and duty for a surveyor? 1, prepare survey guidelines, procedures and quality assurance processes in line with standards and best practices. Number 2, conduct topographic surveys and set out alignments in line with the final approved engineering projects, designs and engineering reports. 3, develop risk matrix and put in place risk mitigation measures in survey projects. Another one, actively monitor the quality control of surveys, mapping and survey beacons presentation. Another one, develop relevant blueprints and relevant survey documentations for use in mapping the land. Then respond to audit queries, audit reports, and implement agreed recommendations within the time frames. Then perform any other duties assigned by the senior surveyor. So these are roles for a field and office surveyor. Now, we have other roles and duties. Another version you can put for a survey, someone of survey. Roles and duties of someone who has done survey. We have 1, traveling to sites when necessary. 2, taking measurements of distances and angles on property or section of land in order to establish legal boundaries. 3, employing specialized equipment including distance measuring wheels, GPS devices to determine and geographic information system devices to determine boundaries and contours. Another one, perform mathematical calculations to determine and confirm surveying measurements. Another one, marking and delineating boundaries and reference points on property or section of land. Another one, researching and consulting historical maps and surveys, as well as legal documents relating to property or section of land they are measuring. Another one, analyzing data using plans, maps, charts, and software such as AutoCADs and GIS programs. Another one, presenting data to clients and preparing reports detailing legal boundaries and other relevant information. Then collaborating and working with project managers, construction crews, and government agencies when necessary. So those are some of the roles and duties of a surveyor, and some of the competences you should be having as a surveyor. Let me read you some of the competences and skills as a surveyor. First of all, you should be familiar with the use of those tools, the geographic information tools, the GPS. Then you should be in the use of drawing maps. That's one of some of your competences, those in the survey field. Then should be competent in performing surveying measurements, the calculations. Then you should be competent in project costing, project planning, etc. Now, we have talked about the petroleum, the engineer, the civil engineer, water engineer, electrical, the survey, the laboratory, the environmental engineering. Now, from the work experience, you go to the education background. Then you go to, from education background, you go to computer literacy. Then you go to competence and skills. Then you go to personal attributes. Now, for personal attributes, it is uniform to you all. And this is what you should write: personal attributes. 1, under personal attributes, creativity, open-mindedness and willingness to learn. 2, effective interpersonal relations with working groups and a flexible team player. 3, a result-oriented person that can work under minimum supervision. 4, open-minded to work in a complex environment and projects where time is key. Then, administrative support and supervision, mentoring and coaching. Another one, excellent oral and written communication skills. Ability to identify, respond and resolve diverse needs of clients. Another one, high degree of self-motivation and multitasking. Then another one, excellent analytical, critical thinking and strategic skills. So those are some of the personal attributes you should put in your CV, as all of you guys in the engineering field. Then for personal attributes, you go to hobbies. The hobbies you should make sure that they are relevant. Like such hobbies like going to church, going to the mosque, singing, they don't add value. They may not add value to your CV. You can put like academic writing, traveling for adventure, reading newspapers, doing some sports, indoor sports, like those ones. Then from hobbies, go to language proficiency. You draw a table whereby the headings are language, speaking, learning, reading, listening. Then from the language, the column below, you put the languages you know: English, Luganda, Nyachitara, any of the languages. But make sure that language you put, you are sure of it, you know it. Then you come and score them. If it's English, what's my score in speaking, reading, writing? But let the least score be fair. If you don't know, then if you are poor in the language, don't put poor. You rather don't include it. Then the last of our CV is the referees. The referees should be people who have supervised you. Since you're in the engineering field, you're in electrical, in petroleum, in water, you're in civil lab, you're in surveying, put someone who will talk that language. They need 3 referees. You put the name of the referee, their position, their contacts, their email if possible, the name of the workstation, and the paperwork address. You put 3 referees. And the referees should appear, the workplace of the referees should appear in your work experience, because that's what the referee should put. Put a referee who's in the engineering field. If you put a site manager or the like, but if you put something like an HR, which engineering will they speak in case they are called? So that's how your CV should look like if I told you are in these kinds of engineering. Now, the last I'll take you through the application letter or the cover letter of someone who has done engineering. Cover letter is always one page. So to your right, you put your name in bold, uppercase. Below that, you put the name of the company. Below, the PO box address of the company. Then below, you put your contact. Then your email below. Then skip a line and put the date. That is your address. Then you come to your left. You put to the human resource manager, if you are writing to that human resource manager. Then below, you put the name of the company writing to. Skip a line. You write dear sir or madam. Don't put dear sir, don't say dear sir, don't say dear madam. Even if you know the sex of the whom you're writing to. Put dear sir or madam. This is a formal letter. Then you skip a line, then you write RE, application for position of surveyor. Let me just say a surveyor, or electrician, or electrical engineer, or civil engineer, or you get the point, eh? Bold and in uppercase. Now, some of you start your cover letters with Lugambo. I got the advert in New Vision, the advert in a WhatsApp group. No. I'm 28 years. I'm this and that. No. You start straight to the point. Remove the irrelevant. You start your body like this. It is with great enthusiasm that I apply for the position of surveyor, full stop. I apply for the position of electrician, full stop. The next statement should be, I hold a bachelor's degree in electrical engineering from this university. hence attain knowledge and competence in. Now from there, you go to your transcript. You look at the courses you did during your time frame at campus. Which courses are relevant to that position of electrical engineer, of quality controller, of site manager, of civil engineer, of petroleum engineer, upstream. Look at your transcript, then you write them down. For example, here, the paragraph was, it is with great enthusiasm that I apply for the position of surveyor at organization. I hold a bachelor's degree of science in land and geomatics from this university. Hence, attain knowledge and skills in geographical information systems, map reading and interpretations, cadastral surveys, engineering surveys, topography surveys, hydraulic surveys, and aerial surveys, full stop. That should be your first paragraph. Then you skip a line, go to the next paragraph, which is purely for experience. You start like this. My experience as a field and office surveyor at this company, field surveyor at this company, and maybe surveyor at this company, has given me the opportunity to develop technical expertise in. Now, you go back to your competence and skills you put in your CV and write around 5. Yeah? Write 5. Cost management, electrical knowledges, etc. Full stop. Then you continue the paragraph with this. Therefore, with this education background and work experience coupled with my sense of organization and detail-oriented approach to work makes me an ideal candidate for this kind of job. Full stop. That's what should be entailed in the second paragraph. Then you skip a line. Then you go, I would value the opportunity to join your team of professionals where I could develop my skills further. Full stop. For more information, please refer to my CV. Full stop. Skip a line. Thank you for reviewing my cover letter, and I will hopefully wait for response. Full stop. Skip a line. Yours sincerely, Then skip around 2 lines where you will sign. Then you write your name, then the current position that you are holding, and the current name of the workstation. Full stop. That is what should be entailed in your cover letter. So I hope you have all of you gotten what should be done in this field of engineering. We have been talking about petroleum, civil, water, electrical, the civil laboratory, and survey. So I hope you could learn something, and hope you could subscribe and share with the rest of your colleagues in that field. Thank you so much.